Hello, hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, night. We're back. Things are looking very bright today. We got some beautiful action going on with everything. But there was chaos. There's chaos. Because Robinhood crashed like twice. I couldn't see any of my positions, what was happening. I also jumped back in. We were muted. Things were all over the place. Chaos. Absolute chaos. The only thing we got rid of was RCAT. Very, very recent. 1431. Right now, I'm looking at holding all these. We got some really good upsides. But Red Cat was one of the few things I'm like, this is headed back down. Everything else that we're looking at right here is looking really good. Other than the messed up charts. Is looking really good. And not the correct indicators to get out. Maybe NNE starting to look like it. But long term still not feeling it. AREC we just got in today, which is why we won't be able to day trade it. So that's a huge thing. Right now, the account has been fluctuating between like up 1200 to down, or not down, to up only about 500-600. So I'm trying to isolate which are the ones, the weak points here that are going up and clip them, get rid of them. Because ultimately, I like to day trade, but sometimes, you know, you have to just do what's smart. When these things keep going up and they're not pulling back much, it doesn't make much sense to day trade them that quickly. So, with that being the case, I'm looking to hold some of these. Because you can look back over these past 2 weeks. I have bought so many of all of these top earners and flipped them. But if I was holding them, woulda, coulda, shoulda, I'd have a million houses right now. You know what I'm saying? I'd be broadcasting from like 15 different houses using, you don't even know, probably like some type of face swap software, and you wouldn't know which one is me, but ultimately we'd be trading at a surplus. So with that being said, I am looking through what is good for me to hold right now and what is good for me to get out of. We just did a whole bunch of analysis, all muted of course. This time my microphone wire was unplugged. You know, there's always something. So Oklo, we were looking at, but we got high volume, and I do believe it was, oh, on this one we flipped. Can be a little bit hard with Robinhood. I might have to play with my chart settings to some degree. So more sales than RSI, the volatility dropping could be an indicator, but we're still up a lot, and I don't feel like it'll pull back as much. But we've been very lucky. And you know what they say about luck, right? Luck is just opportunity meeting with preparation. So, I don't think I've been getting too lucky these past 2 weeks. I think a lot of it has been very concise, deliberate decisions that sometimes they don't work out, but most of the time so far they have. Now, I was going to get in on this. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. It actually looks like it's about to rocket off. But not by much. Like, it's definitely going to go up. Would that warrant me getting in? Would that warrant me getting in? Being that this is a bottom, and this is at a top right now, I'm inclined to get a little bit, because then you're just missing out. Everybody seems to think this is a party right now. I'd be stupid to not not say the same, because it definitely is. Maybe we could get in the party at a nice price. You let me in this party, showing up a little less dressed than everybody else, but maybe they'll let me in. 71. Come on, just want to be a little bit cheap. Just give me a $2 discount on this ticket to get into the house, buddy. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look, you didn't even know. Oh, don't make a show of it now. Don't make a show of it. Sometimes it's nice when you're one of the only people that gets grabbed at an off price, and then it just keeps going back up. You're like, yeah, got in low. Got in low even though it's still super high. That's always nice. One of the really cool things about volatility, fucking stock could be trading at 15 and you put the order for 13. Somehow you get in there. It's crazy. Feel bad for the people who were selling and they got $2 lower than they thought they were gonna. That's why trading with market can be a little bit scary. I think depending on the institution, they might cap how much off from the current price. I don't know how that works, but I try not to take too much of a risk with that if I can. So, and then serve. We wanted to get in this one as well. Yeah, it's too late with that. Alright, we're staying over okay. That's nice. It's starting to spread out though. It's starting to spread out. Let's check back in on the one I got rid of. Would we get rid of our cat? Alright, good decision so far. So far. Then sometimes what happens is I was correct, but only for like an hour or two. And then it just starts going back up again. Which is, you know, what happens. They like to correct a little bit in the moment of the volatility. So it might like go back down to these lines here. And then poof, start shooting off again. So we'll keep an eye on Red Cat. But for now, that's really what I'm doing today, is just keeping an eye on these, seeing where we're headed, where we're going. Lumen's looking good. If this starts to turn around, I'm probably jumping ship. But we're up a full $1 almost on that one. And then E and Oklo, you guys are just fighting in the middle here. But we got good RSI and good MACD. Same with NNE. Very similar situation. I would imagine it's going to drop more than it is right now. But these are ones I'm looking to hold for now. Because, I mean, this is Monday. Usually Monday is indicative of what the week is going to do. So, at least for the next day or two. Seems to be pretty indicative. So, and the red wire looks like we're climbing back up again. Nice. That's what I was feeling. And, oh yeah, I was telling people my story on Redwire. Because, you know, this shit is crazy. You can't even make these things up. So, I got in Redwire, huge position, like here. At the time, it was huge. I think I got in like $300. So it was like $3,000. It was somewhere over here. It was like it went down. But then that night, overnight, crashed. Went down to like 9 over here. So I lost tons of money. I kept buying on the way down because I'm like, Redwire's been doing great, you know? It's been doing really good. It was up 630 all the way to freaking 20. And then, so we had 1,000 of these bad boys. We had like $8,000 parked in Redwire and we were buying it, but our average averaged out to about $11.50. And I was down like 8,000, not down 8,000, but I had $8,000 locked up. I'm down 2,000. So you could see a few days ago, I sold right over here. Because it was at like 10 all the way up. We were at like 10.15 or something. I'm like, this is the highest I'm going to get. Let me get some of my money back so I could start trading with it. And I joked. I'm like, watch from here. Now it's good, just going to keep going up. And this is exactly what happened, which is crazy. So I got back in at 1081 because I'm like, I have to make some money on this going back up, because the 1150 position I was holding had a bunch at 7 something, and it had a bunch over, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we would have been doing really nice. So I'm glad I can make back some of the money on that. I'm sorry for the exposition there, but that story has been captivating. That we can make money back on the mighty red wire, because I believe in it. I believe in it. I just wanted to get my capital back to play with it and make money in the meantime, because nothing was going on with it. But now, you know, right after you get rid of it, that's where it starts to, whatever. We were holding for a long time. I'm proud of myself for that. And basically being right, just not trusting myself, or maybe acting a little bit too impulsively. One or the other. One or the other. Let's see what's falling out of favor here. Light bridge. Definitely. Big turn. We were at 25. But still the RSI, or sorry, the MACD. Still okay, but our volume. Yeah. What's our volume? I feel like getting rid of that, because I feel like it's gonna bottom out lower than where we have it. I wish I would have got rid of that earlier, but this was part of all the freaking confusion going on. Robinhood crashed twice, which I really do not appreciate. Even the app, nothing was working. And this was like in the middle of primetime craziness. Light bridge, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Lock in, I mean, it's still the MACD is looking alright. But our volumes, though. Very lopsided on the volume here. We missed our spike. So, I play it safe with that one. Let's see, 1 hour. Let's check the 30-minute. Still headed down. Still headed down. Let's see if we could drop this off a little bit higher. I kind of want to hold it. It's just I feel like it's gonna drop lower than it is. Like I feel like I'll be able to pick this up at a better price. Just not that much volume. And like we're falling out of favor. Falling out of favor on the interest here. So with that being the case, maybe try 77, 78. What do we get? 72, 77. You'd be surprised how much time you actually waste, and you know, it's not worth it. But you're paying a time premium. So I like to just play around once or twice, see what happens. 2281, watch from here, straight up. Straight up, baby. That's okay. It's okay. Just locking in a little bit. Now, what did we get rid of? We got rid of Light Bridge. RCAT, let's make sure we're getting rid of the same things here. Yes, the other account's doing pretty well today as well. Light bridge. There you are. It was already showing, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this one will be able to get out a little bit earlier. Although maybe it's a sign that I should just hold in my other accounts. That's what we did with the other ones we got rid of today. We were just like, you know what, we'll hold a little bit in one of the other ones. 2286. I just still feel like this is gonna fall though. Do we have it in the Roth? Where do we have the second most? Okay, so yeah, get rid of it in the Roth then. We'll hold it in the joint. And what else? So that's what we're looking at right now. Some pockets of green. Mostly just trying to clip the hedges on the things that will go down. This will be probably a hold day. Some of this I've said many times before, some of it I haven't. I don't know, we're on the second recording for today. Trying to pretty much cover the same topics. One thing I don't think I showed was the last week's picks and everything, how it went. Did pretty well. We made back a lot from Thursday. Thursday we had a small loss. 916. That was from selling the red wire. Which would we get rid of it at? Red wire sell 983. But then I think we picked it up that day. We weren't dealing with that, with suffering all those losses and then not getting in on the hype train going up. So yeah, a lot of buys on Friday that to me were super questionable, but I'm like, the charts look like they're gonna keep going up, so I had to get back in. Most of these don't have overnight, 24-hour market, I should say. So as long as we don't have any slumps with these, I'm gonna be holding out. AREC we just got in this morning. I was surprised over the weekend it carried going up. I think this was the weekend here. Yeah, 3rd to the 5th, 6th here. This was the weekend. So it really didn't move. It stayed the same. Moved sideways. It's always good. And now somehow it went down. Yet it's going up. People just selling off. Which is kind of correct. But the valuation... See how AREC is doing if we got some institutional ownership now. Only 10%. Short shares, kind of a lot. Okay. What can you expect? So maybe we got in on this little dip here for the day. But once we unlock unlimited day trades at 25k, which we are coming closer and closer to attaining, I am super excited about that. That's definitely something I am very much looking forward to. Any change here? Still looking at that 30-minute. Maybe go back to the hour. So we don't get, you know, sometimes you get fog on the 30-minute. Because think things are turning around, but they're actually not. It's just a little bit of an influx temporarily of one way or the other. NNE. Volatility turnaround. RSI dropping. MACD continuing. Volumes. Check our volumes. 110 million. Okay, a lot more cells. A lot more cells going on. Where we have it, we're like right at the bottom here. Is this a day trade? No. Okay. Interesting. Kinda. Excuse me, sorry. Kinda seems like a hold. Same situation. It is falling, that's for sure. It is falling. I think we should get rid of it. Yeah, let's get rid of it. I think that'll pass. Either that'll go right back to where I had it, or that'll go down further, a little bit further. So let's get out. Okay, we don't have it in the raw. Now, usually when it's uncertain, I've been kind of getting back in with an adjusted position, what I feel is appropriate. Would this be a case like that? Not now, maybe later today. I believe this will keep going down. That is what my intuition is telling me. Now SMR, very similar. What's happening here? I tend to be of the same disposition here. Let's see though, volumes, how we're looking with volume. It's like the same exact situation. But does that mean later today it's going to keep moving more up? This could be one I get out of on the brokerage and we stick around on one of the other ones. If we have it, hopefully. Okay, we got it in the joint. We got it in the Roth. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get rid of it in the Roth. Hold it in the joint. So we're just trying to collect what we must. What we feel is imperative, otherwise it will be lost. That's the only things I'm trying to clip today. Be doing a little bit of holding on these ones that have been just non-stop going up week to week, back to back to back. So, LiDAR looking really nice. Plenty of room. Lumen. Plenty of room. E10. Redwire, Ion Q. Alright, so far so good. I would say this has all been dealt with appropriately. We're gonna do a quick rehearsal. Quick appraisal of everything I got rid of today and check where it's at right now. Let's see, 6th? What are we at? 6th? Okay, Qubit. We bought it though. We're looking for S's here. Red Cat, sell 1431. We're good. Lightbridge, 2297. We didn't sell it. We didn't sell it. We did sell 2277. Alright, a little bit wrong on that one. Looks like it's coming back up. But I think we still have it in the joint. 3611. 42. I was wrong pretty quick on these three, I guess. At least for now. Slightly. Anyway. Put our eye back to the prize here. So I hope you all have been doing well in your trading journeys. Or your holding journeys. Or your I'm just doing research. I'm thinking about it journey. Because you gotta, it's good to start there. It's good to be a little bit apprehensive. And look and feel things out before you get yourself fully invested. Without knowing what you're doing. Or even what anything means. We're at the tippy top. How are things starting to look here? Decent amount of sales. But we're like 5 to 1 buy to sell ratio. So this is very cool. I'm excited. So I don't want to keep you guys just hanging around here with me. I have pretty much gone through mostly everything I, talked to myself in silencing before. So with that, I would bid you adieu. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more. Nothing but happiness comes straight through your door, my friends. Take care.